All right, guys, this is today's little weekend project around the farm. So this is our 55-acre impound, and it is severely grown up. Kelly and I cut it last spring in a bunch of spots. We came down here with the pole trimmer and the pole saw and everything, and we worked down here like all day. It was like last March or April, and it's all grown back up. It looks like Kelly's been through here with the bush hog, but all it does is really go through the center. And the dam here is really narrow, and it just doesn't really work to bring the skid steer down here. You don't really have enough room to work these banks right here. So I'm gonna try it with the excavator with the brush cutter. I think it should work. It's still real tight in here as far as how the width of this dam, but I think I can make it work to try to cut some of this stuff back. But this is pretty overgrown through here, and it goes a good ways, so I'm not going to walk the whole thing, but I'm just going to bring you guys along for the ride, and we'll see how it works. But we're basically just going to try to leave, you know, all the big stuff, and then just kind of come in here and just mow down these sides where it's just kind of over, you know, growing out into the road here, and get some of this down so we can actually see the water and stuff. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. One thing I've noticed with that thing is, you know, when you're cutting stuff like this, you know, like a wall of stuff like that, and you kind of want to get up like this, it's easier to be further back, but I don't have enough room here to be back over here because this dam is not very wide. So I'm just gonna have to kind of play with it and see how it goes. So let's hop in the machine, and I guess I'll start off. I'll put the magnet on the machine up there and then get the tripod out in a little bit, and we'll see how it works. Well, there she be. I worked on this for about 2 hours. And it looked pretty good. I didn't go like total scorched earth on this. Obviously I could have taken down that, probably most of all that. I mean, that's well within the cutter's capacity, but you know, we're not trying to just, you know, take everything out. We just want to be able to see through here and get some of these weeds and stuff down and this overgrowth. But you can just see that's way more open through there now. This side was the side that was really growing into the trail here, the dam, and this side is just a mess. But it looks good. Now we can actually, when we drive through here, we can actually see through here. Kelly just came through on the side-by-side and was real happy with it, real pleased. So everything looks good. And if you're concerned that this may cause the bank to erode, Kelly and I did this by hand last year in April, and it all just grew right back. So don't really concern yourself with that. It may look like it's all just a, you know, there's no vegetation here, but you know, there's still plenty of grasses and weeds and stuff down in there. Most of this stuff just got basically a haircut, and it's just going to grow right back. So none of that stuff, you know, especially the smaller stuff, that this cutting didn't kill it for sure. So my next project is come down here and fix all these god-forsaken holes here that the muskrats have dug. There's a perfect example of that. Oh man, that's the one real concern that I have when I bring that machine down here is falling into one of those holes, you know, or the bank giving way, because this is not very wide. But it looks good. It looks good. You can just tell it's a whole lot more open, you know. And that 36 worked really well actually, especially like here where I just kind of want to get in between that tree and these trees and just open that up. So like right there too, you know, having that little bit smaller cutter right there, having that little bit smaller cutter, you know, really helped me kind of get in there and get what I wanted to get out and then leave the bigger stuff. So that looks good. Looks real good. So it's still plenty warm out. We're having 80s and 90s during the day, and the humidity's still high. We're still getting plenty of rain, so this little leaves and mulch stuff will mulch down or just decompose relatively quickly. That right there. So not really too much concerned about that. But I stopped. Where did I stop? Right about here is where I stopped. So look at that, and then look at that. Huge difference. Huge difference. So much better coming through here now with the side-by-side, not have to worry about getting whipped in the face by a branch or a vine. So nice little Sunday afternoon project down here, messing around. I went to Lowe's this morning to try to find the bolts to space out those lines on the arm, and they didn't have they had the right size as far as the threads and everything, but the heads are too big to work. So I'm probably just going to take it down to Barry, my mechanic, and just have him do everything as far, because the hoses have got to be shortened too. So hopefully I can get it over to him later this week. I need that machine on a job starting tomorrow, so as long as it'll last me the next 2 days or so, I should be good, and then I can get it over to him to get those hoses shortened and those lines spaced out on the arm. Somebody commented that they have to do that on the cats and deers as well, as far as spacing out those couplers out. So it's interesting to know. I guess it's not just a Kubota problem, according to that person. So anyway, I'm gonna go ride around. We had a bunch of dirt delivered Friday to try to fix the flooding in the front of the yard up there. So you guys will see me when we get ready to grade that out. But I'm gonna go jump on the skid steer and regrade, just do a quick regrade on the driveway, because the dump truck's kind of rutted it and tore it up pretty good. So I'm just gonna go blade it off real quick with the skid steer. But anyway, this this is probably going to be this project down here with this impound is probably going to be a several week thing, just getting down here and working on it when I can for a few hours. So you guys will see plenty more of this, so just stay tuned. Hope you guys are liking the footage with the excavator or with the brush cutter, because I got a lot more projects to do with that. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of that. So I hope you guys are liking it. Hopefully I can find a few more cool places to put them out and get some more cool footage. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'll catch you later.